Hello, everybody. Welcome to my talk. A little late, but here I am. I got my Grove order. Thank you, Susan. It's a small box today, but I thought let me open this while I tell them about the subject of the day today. I was actually looking at videos from they were reels actually from Instagram, and I went across or ran across this one video of, you know how there's usually funny stuff or exercise things there. It was this video about this girl that was raped, and now she has this class. She was raped a long time ago. Now she has this class that she of course is selling on Instagram with her reels, and she said a couple things that I thought were amazing. She told the whole story of how she was raped. So she went on a hike down a trail that she goes with her family. She had gone it alone before, and it was just another day. And she went and she forgot her phone. So there's a couple of things going on there. She forgot her phones, and she was talking about it was her angels telling her, you know, you forgot your phone, you need to go back and get your phone. So she actually went back and got her phone. And so it got a little bit later, but it was still light, so she went. And as she went, she passed by the skateboarder that when he passed by, she said she saw something really fast, and I couldn't remember if she meant the skateboarder guy or it was something that flew by her, which made her like fall back into the bushes. And then the skateboarder dude went and asked her, "Hey, are you okay?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm fine. I just fell out here. Well, I'm fine." And so she got up and she kept going, and skateboarder dude left, and so she kept going, and there were less and less people, and as you go up, there was a dead end up to where she was walking, and then she would walk back down, and like everybody did that, would go up and then come back down. Well, people kept passing her coming back, but nobody was going back up, or coming down. She wasn't going back up. And so when she got back up there, as she was walking, she saw this one guy, and you usually do gym clothes, sweatpants, to walk. It's a hiking, it's kind of exercise, so you wear something like this kind of. And so she saw this guy that was wearing like a heavy dark jacket, like something that a hood covering his face, and he was walking. I think she said he was, I don't know if he was walking with her or walking down. I think he was walking down, and she saw him, but he looked out of place, like that's not where he should be. And of course she saw him, and she had this feeling like, what is he doing here dressed like that? And she like felt iffy, but she kept going. And as she kept going, then she looked back, and then he was kind of like running, because she was running a little bit, and he was kind of running quite a while behind her, but he had turned around and was following. And she said, don't get paranoid, da 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 da. And she kept going, and then she looked back again, and he was walking. So he was in a hurry, and she goes, yeah, you're just making things up in your head. So she kept going, and then she hit the dead end. And when she turned back, there was nobody else there because everybody was going back down. When she turned back, she saw the guy, and she said he was standing like this, like right in the middle of the trail, and kind of giggling, like, you're gonna have to come back this way, I don't even have to go up there. And so she decided, shoot, what do I do? Like, I can't go that way because I guess there was a cliff and the water down that way. And if she went this way, there were bushes and stuff. So she said, the only way to go, he is right, is that way. So she said she had her phone, which she had gone back home to get, and he was way down there, like a whiles down. So she said, I just felt weird, so I dialed 911 and pressed, send. She said, I didn't know if anybody answered because I just, I called it, pressed, and put it away. And then, I took a run, like she was running. And as she was running, she passed him a little bit, like just a little bit. And she says that when I saw it past him, I go, wow, see, you were just paranoid, da 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 da. And when she was telling herself, he wasn't even going to do anything, da da da, he grabbed her by the neck as she was running by him, boom, pushed her down. And, then he was just laughing at her because there was nothing she could do and nothing people could do, or nobody around. And she said that there's three things that nobody had told her about what to do in this situation, but she had taken this one like catechism class, kind of, sort of, and that they were telling her about three things that happen when you get like assaulted like that. It's you fight, you fight, flight, or freeze. So you fight him, or you flight, like if you can, you get up and run, or you freeze, like you're in shock, like what just happened. She said she was in shock, and she didn't know how long. She was just like, what the heck is happening to me? Anywho, then she remembered in that same class that she was in, that they told her that when you're in a situation like this, like always scream out your name and your location all the time. Oh, another thing she said is that when he pushed her down, her phone flew out because she said she had it in her hand, and the phone flew out, so she didn't even know if they had picked up, if they had whatever. But she started screaming her name and her location, so she was on that trail, and her name, so they could hear it, or so anybody could hear around her. And then, he grabbed her, pulled her, hit her. She tried to get away. It didn't happen. She did get raped, but once she got raped, and what the another thing she said was when he was pulling her into the bushes, and she remembered them saying, never leave the scene of like where this is happening right now. Don't leave the scene. So she was fighting to not get away a lot from where she had first been, grabbed. And so he didn't pull her too much in, but he did rape her because he couldn't, because she kept pulling back and da 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 da. Anyhow, she said he was like, once he was done, he was reaching to his backpack, because he was carrying a backpack, and that he pulled out a knife and put it to her throat. And at that point, she thought, oh my God, I hope, she said, I hope my parents find my body. That's what she was hoping, because she knew she was going to die. And then she remembered that, if you grab a man by his groin, he's going to let go of you so he could, like, defend himself from down there, right? And so she said she was 18 years old, and that she thought, oh my God, I cannot do that. And then she thought, if I want to live, I'm going to do that. So she went and she grabbed at it. She says, I don't know if I pulled, if I scratched, I don't know what I did. I just remember going for it, just that this is my chance to live. So she went, grabbed, and then, he let go of her, and she got up and started running. And I think she said that he grabbed her, stopped grabbing his groin and grabbed at her arm. And when he grabbed at her arm, she, like, with her other, like, she must have grabbed this arm, and with her other arm, she went over and pulled on her out. and when she pulled on his mouth and his lip, she made him fall back. And when that happened, she started running again. And at this point, the reason she was saved is because the skater guy came back because he felt something. He also felt something when he saw her fall and da 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 da. So he came back to make sure that she was okay. That's what he told her, because she was telling the story. And so when he came back, he saw her like half naked running down the hiking trail. And then he said, "Hey, come on with me, da 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 da." But she was like paranoid at this time, and she says, "No, no, no, get away from me," because he was a bigger guy, da 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 da, and she had just got raped. And she said, "If you want to help me, hand me your phone." And so he handed her, threw him his phone, threw her his phone. She called 911 again, and she was telling what happened, and they said, "We're already here because we heard you say your name and your location." So they were there already, but they were way at the bottom instead of being up at the top. So, anywho, listen to your gut, which is what she did, when because she thought to herself, "This is dumb, you're just making up stories, but just in case, call 911. So she did that, and that was a good thing. And then yell your name, yell your location, and, don't leave the scene of the crime, because that's where they're going to try to look for you. And, their groin area. Oh, another thing she said that once he was there holding himself, then she poked at his eyes, because that's a very painful area. She said she put her fingers down his eyes as far as she could, and then he was all like that, and then she got up and ran. So groin, eyes, and then anything you can to fight him away and run. And that's it. But I thought, I have to say the story in case somebody didn't see her, because I was there on that story. And it's good to hear these things, because even if you're older, there are bad people out in this world, and you have to have some kind of remembrance of something that you could do in time of emergency. So that was my story for today, and let me just show you what I got. I got my little wipes, grapefruit, that I like, that I've been ordering for a while. I am almost out of the surface cleaner for the kitchen, and I got the Daisy. Smells, first time I get this one, I hope it smells good. And I got honeysuckle for the dish washer, dish soap. I'm recording. And then of course my Always Grow floor cleaner, the orange rosemary scent. I love this one. And I got some lady stuff. And then what is in here? I don't know what this is. It's wrapped and all. Maybe it's one of those secret presents. Oops. Never mind. I ordered it. It's the soap, but it's the tin soap, hand soap, because we're trying to get tin, recyclable, not plastic anymore. And most of the stuff I got is plastic, but this hand soap is tin. It's a refill. And then the floor cleaners is glass, which they changed from plastic to glass, plastic to tin. And they have a little bit to go, but they said they would be 100% plastic free by, I think, 2003. So very good company. They are very healthy with the products that we use for cleaning. So it's good for your family, it's good for the environment, and they are very environmental safe. They use paper and things that are recyclable. And that is all I have. That I made a small purchase today, and I just gave you all those tips that I got from this lady. I wish I knew her name. That way you could look her up and maybe take the class. Um, or for your kids, your girls, we need to tell them, in advance what to do, what they could do in case. Hopefully, they will never be in that situation. But if they are, I'll see you guys later. That's all I have. Talk to you next Tuesday.